Welcome back, everyone. We now have the great pleasure of highlighting the work of recent winners of the Jacobs-Levy Center Research Paper Prizes. As those of you who have attended our past conferences may know, these prizes are given annually. However, somewhat obviously due to the pandemic, we've not had the opportunity to celebrate together the recipients of these prizes in person for several years. They're chosen from submissions to our paper series, which is now available on SSRN via the center's feed. The series has more than 250 papers, extremely high quality papers spanning many topics in quantitative finance. We send e-journals every other month featuring new additions to the series, and you can subscribe to those through SSRN if you'd like to receive them. It's a great way to stay in touch with the research supported by the Jacobs-Levy Center. Craig, now I'll hand it over to Craig for more on the paper prize recipients. Craig?
So what we do each year is we give one Best Paper Award and one or more Outstanding Paper Awards. Okay? And today we're happy to recognize multi-years, actually. We're going to recognize 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022 winners. And so this prize pool represents 16 papers with authors from a number of institutions, including Wharton, Chicago, Yale, the University of Florida, Indiana University, the Fed, and other institutions. We are pleased to have a number of the recipients with us to accept their awards in person. And we also, of course, thank Bruce and Ken for their ongoing support of the Jacobs-Levy Center and its initiatives, and one of the important initiatives are these prizes. Now I will turn it over to Bruce and Ken, and they will, in fact, present the prizes to the recipients who are here.
Thank you, Chris and Craig. The Jacobs-Levy Center Research Paper Prizes were established in 2014 to recognize outstanding scholarship in quantitative financial research by members of the Wharton faculty and their co-authors. Award winners for 3 outstanding papers and 1 best paper are selected from submissions to the Center's Working Paper Series. A $5,000 prize is awarded to each outstanding paper, and the best paper honor comes with a $10,000 award. While circumstances have prevented us from publicly awarding the honorees for the past few years, today we are delighted to recognize and congratulate the winners of the prizes from 2019 through 2022. I will begin by announcing the winners of the 2019 prizes, then turn things over to Ken for 2020 through 2022. After we have announced the recipients, we will invite the authors of the winning papers to step forward and receive their awards. For 2019, the outstanding paper prizes go to Jian'an Liu for co-movement and arbitrage limits, Sylvain Catherine for counter-cyclical labor income risk and portfolio choices over the life cycle, which was published in the Review of Financial Studies, and Jules van Binsbergen, William Diamond, and Marco Grateria for risk-free interest rates, which was published in the Journal of Financial Economics. The winner of the best paper for 2019 is Alejandro Lopez Lira for Factor Models That Matter, Textual Analysis of Risk Disclosures for the Cross-Section of Stock Returns, which finds that a pricing model based on textual analysis of risk factors disclosed by firms in their annual reports performs at least as well as traditional factor models. And now I'll turn it over to Ken.
For 2020, the outstanding paper prizes go to Winston Weidou, Luke Taylor, Wei Wang, and Wenyu Wang for their paper Dissecting Bankruptcy Frictions, which was published in the Journal of Financial Economics. To Lubos Pastor, Rob Stambaugh, and Lucian Taylor for Sustainable Investing in Equilibrium, which was also published in the JFE, and Terrence Blackburn, John Kepler, Philip Quinn, and Dan Taylor for undisclosed SEC investigations, which is forthcoming in Management Science. The best paper for 2020 goes to Larry Cordell, Michael Roberts, and Michael Schwert for their paper CLO Performance, which explores the market frictions that give rise to collateral debt obligations, and it is forthcoming in the Journal of Finance. For 2021, the outstanding paper prize winners are Zhu Han, Nikolai Rusino, and Hongchun Ron for mutual fund risk shifting and risk anomalies, to Jeremy Michaels for retail investor trade and the pricing of earnings, and to Paul Goldsmith-Pinkham, Matthew Gustafson, Ryan Lewis, and Michael Schwert for their paper Sea Level Rise Exposure and Municipal Bond Yields. The 2021 Best Paper Prize goes to Lubos Pastor, Rob Stambaugh, and Luke Taylor for their paper Dissecting Green Returns, which finds that the recent strong performance of environmentally friendly assets owes more to investors' climate concerns than it does to high expected returns, and it will soon appear in the Journal of Financial Economics. And finally, for 2022, Alejandro Lopez Lira and Nick Rusinov won an outstanding paper prize for Do Common Factors Really Explain the Cross-Section of Stock Returns? Alejandro will be presenting this paper in the next session. Jules Van Binsbergen and Michael Schwert also won an outstanding award for their paper, Duration-Based Valuation of Corporate Bonds, as did Bradford Lynch Levy and Felix Knocker for Pricing Public Information, the Role of Trade. And the best paper prize for 2022 goes to Jianun Liu, Tobias Moskowitz, and Rob Stambaugh for Pricing Without Mispricing, which seeks to determine which prominent pricing model best describes stock returns. We invite the authors of the winning papers who are here today with us to join us on the podium to accept their awards. Congratulations.